in this tutorial, I would like to show you how I do foil. I already have a video where you can see how I do the foil. However, I am in love with this technique. It looks so beautiful. It looks so classy, so elegant that I'm going to do it again, and this time in red. So stay with me. Okay, I am right here on design space and I am going to click on my design. This is the one that I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make just the top part today, and then later on I'll do the other one. I'm gonna use another technique on the other one, but I'm gonna cancel this time and I'm gonna be doing this one. So let me customize right here. And for now, I'm just gonna be getting rid, or not getting rid, but for now, I'm not doing that one right here. All right, so this is the one that I'm gonna do. Let me show you how I did this. Okay, so I got my design right here and I'm going to ungroup it. I'm gonna do it this time for you so you can see how I did it. But this is a very easy design and it's not very big, which is exactly what we want when we want this kind of techniques. Okay, we don't want anything full cover because then it's going not to look good, and the material is really it really isn't meant for big huge designs, okay, for oversized images. All right, so what I did right here, let me show you really quickly. I did EKG and then it gave me all of this one. However, because I'm gonna do it with the foil, I want something nice and thick. It could be this one, and also it could be this one, a thick one. It could be this one too. This one is two, which is the one that I have. I have this one just to show you that that also this possibly could work. Okay, in this case, I'm doing this one because I think this one is a little bit skinnier and at the same time is longer in a way. I could do this one longer too if I wanted to. So I could do that too. So let's stay with that one. Okay. Now I did a text and I did sabor. All right. Now what I went here and let me see, I don't remember which one I have. So I want that one. So then I'm gonna go and look in my fonts, which one I have. And again, I want something that is nice and thick. Probably this one for my design is not gonna work because it's too thin. When you do foil, if you do it too thin, then the foil kind of gets trapped and it doesn't really fully show your design. At least in my opinion, in my experience. But however, if it works for you, that's great. So then what I did, I just went around and started to looking for fonts that I thought they were nice and thick and at the same time pretty. So one that I have right here, I like this one. However, this one is not cursive, so I'm not using that one. So then I just went around kind of exploring a little bit. Sometimes I spend too much time, honestly, sometimes, you know, going through fonts that I like, that I could possibly use, that that fit, fonts that fit my design sometimes is not that easy to find, right? Because sometimes they're not thick enough, they're not big enough, they're not small enough. So we want something that kind of goes with our theme, whatever we're doing. All right, so I'm going to show you something here. Okay, if I put my EKG right here, you see how it's kind of like this one is too big for the tail of my R right here. So what I'm going to do right here, I'm just going to cut a little tiny piece of my EKG right here, just to make it a little bit more suitable for my design. That's all I'm gonna do. Just kind of do a little bit of pointy. That way it cuts it, and I can adjust it to the size of my AKG of my R right here. So I think now it's gonna work. You see now it's attached in a way. So, okay, so what did I do here? Let me show you. What I did right here, it was like this. I went and did a shape, but obviously I didn't put it on top of my shape. I just did a tiny, tiny piece what I wanted to cut only. Okay, just a tiny, tiny piece. That way it cuts it. And I have a little bit of a skinnier piece for my R because the tail of my R is a little bit skinny, is a little bit small. So that's the reason why, and I want my R to be attached to my AKG. Okay, so now I think it looks better like that. Now that is skinnier and it's skinnier and it looks a little bit more as part of it. It doesn't feel like another piece. It like, kind of looks more like part of that. All right, so now I am gonna go and attach my whole thing. Okay, combine, and I'm gonna do, yes, unite, and now is one piece. Okay, so now this is way too big for the foil, so I'm gonna do it in a way that is smaller. So I want it to be probably no bigger than 10, and and I'm gonna do it, this one is small too, probably 4, maybe 4.5, but not too big, because remember, with these techniques, especially foil, the hack that we're doing, we are doing it at home. This is homemade stuff. So when you do it at home, you don't have even though we might have very good tools and everything, it's not professionally done with tools, like to do it perfectly. It's handmade. This is the stuff that in a way has more value because it's made at home with the tools that we have at home, with the materials that we have at home, and it's homemade. It's homemade by us. So, okay, so let's see. Now sabor, and I'm gonna do, again, this is way too big. I don't want it that big. No more than 10 or 10.5, depending on this. Like you see this, these ones are gonna be tough with the DTF hack foil. It's gonna be a little bit tough, but let's try it and see what we get. And then we're gonna do, yes, this is what worries me, actually, the width, not so much the length. But let's, okay, I have two potential fonts that I use and I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna tell you why, or that I could use, and I'm gonna tell you why. These fonts right here, in my opinion, they are thick enough for the foil, but the letters are not too together. If you think they are too together, you can do this and kind of separate them a little bit. However, I want them to be together because I do like the cursive. This one is the same thing. I like it that is nice and thick, I'm sorry. But the letters, I do want them to be a little bit separated because that way they are a little bit more space and you're able to see where the letters are once your foil is ready to be attached to your garment. Okay, that way it's easier for us if there is if there is foil in between letters, it is easier for us kind of just with a little brush or with our little fingers or with the lint roller, to be able to scratch that a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this and I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna do my sabor right here. Oh, that's my heat press. And give me 1 second. When you are doing the foil, in my experience, in my opinion, I always try to make sure that there is enough space in here, as I said before. And this is nice because it gives me a little bit of a space in case the foil gets trapped. I have enough space to split it myself with a little scratch or with a little brush, to scratch it. Also, as I was telling you, you don't want your design to be very big because then it's not going to, this one had a tail, so what I'm going to do right here, I'm just going to cut it. You're not going to, oops, you're getting united. So you don't want your design to be like really, really big, because the material that we are using is not really meant for big designs. So we don't want our materials to be kind of blocking our garment from breathing. If it's not breathable, so in this case, like our foil is not meant for big images, because you want your garment to be breathable. When you wash it, you want that space to be in between. If in your image is very big, the breathing space is limited. So your design, so in a way, your shirt is not going to be as flexible, and it's going to feel hard on your skin. So you don't want that. Okay, so let me see if I can fix this a little bit. There we go. Because I don't want it like really, really, um, really, really big. I want it just enough for me to, let me just delete this one because I cut it. Okay, I went back to freehand. I think that's more suitable for my design, and I really like the space between my letters. I really like this one right here and this one right here. In case I get it to close in my design, then I can always, once the foil is on my shirt, then I can scratch it alone, okay, with my nail or with a little brush. Okay, so now I have my design right there, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to unite it right here. I'm going to make it one. All right, so I'm gonna go here, and I'm going to combine, and I'm going to make one design there. Okay, so now what is the size that I want? I don't want it this big. It's almost 12. No, 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 that's way too big for a foil, for foil. So I'm gonna put it no bigger than 10.5, really. If you can stick to 10, then it's gonna be good. You want, like in this case, my letters, I want them to be maybe four, and then maybe my EKG no more than 3. So I have, so maybe right here, and then this one is good, but I do want my letters to be visible. Okay, so we have 10.5, which is good, and then I'm gonna do 4.6. Big. Oh, we can do as 5. We can do 5. Look at this. But now the letters are going to be too skinny, so I don't want that. So let's do 0.45. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to send this to print. Okay, I was telling you that whatever black you have is what is going to be the foil. So in this case, this black is what is going to be, oh, I moved the size. Whatever you have in black is what is going to be foil on your shirt. So you wanna kind of keep that in mind. Okay, what is gonna show, what is not gonna show. In this case, it's very easy to see, very easy to identify, but there are sometimes some images that it might give some space for you to get confused. So whatever shows black in here is what is gonna be the foil. So whatever I have, like the S, the A, and all that, is what is gonna be the foil on me. So when you have the foil on the printer, make sure that whatever printer you have, you print on the white. And another thing right here, this is, I wanted print and cut. So, oh, because I have to, I don't think I have to print and cut. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, Sabor is telling me print and cut 11. Yes. Okay, so let me move me away. Okay, so I have this, And when you mirror your image, here, but when you send it to the printer, okay, next, and when you send it to the printer, you don't want to mirror your image once again. Otherwise, it's going to mirror. The mirror is not going to give you the right settings that you want. So I'm gonna get rid of that, and give me 1 second here. So you want a premium photo or photo paper glossy, either one of those. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. You want high quality, and then I'm gonna get rid of the mirror, and I don't want that either. Okay, the maintenance and all that, it doesn't really matter in this case because we don't have any colors for this. All right, so now let's print. Before I send my image to the printer, I just wanted to talk to you about the foil. This foil comes in a roll, so you have to cut it to the size, and you want to print on the white side, okay, on the white side. Now, let me show you here, because then black, you want to keep it black, you want to keep your image black, and the black is going to be the on your image, the black is going to be the one that has the foil. So whatever looks black on your image, that's gonna be the foil. Let me show you. Okay, I was telling you that whatever black you have is what is gonna be the foil. So in this case, this black is what is going to be, oh, I moved the size. Whatever you have in black is what is going to be foil on your shirt. So you wanna kind of keep that in mind. Okay, what is gonna show, what is not gonna show. In this case, it's very easy to see, very easy to identify, but there are sometimes some images that it might give some space for you to get confused. So whatever shows black in here is what is gonna be the foil. So whatever I have, like the S, the A, and all that is what is gonna be the foil on me. So when you have the foil on the printer, make sure that whatever printer you have, you print on the white. And another thing right here, this is, I wanted print and cut. So, oh, because I have to, I don't think I have to print and cut. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, Sabor is telling me print and cut 11. Yes. Okay, so let me move me away. Okay, so I have this, and when you mirror your image, here, but when you send it to the printer, okay, next, and when you send it to the printer, you don't want to mirror your image once again. Otherwise, it's going to mirror. The mirror is not going to give you the right settings that you want. So I'm gonna get rid of that, and give me 1 second here. So you want a premium photo or photo paper glossy, either one of those. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. You want high quality, and then I'm gonna get rid of the mirror, and I don't want that either. Okay, the maintenance and all that, it doesn't really matter in this case because we don't have any colors for this. All right, so now let's print. And then right here, we immediately apply our powder, okay? Quickly, we don't wait. This has to be a little bit fast because the ink has to be a little bit wet. Okay, and make sure that you shake in all directions. You apply your powder, and I was gonna wear gloves like this. Right, you go in all directions here. Right, and it's done. Okay, now let's take it to our curing oven right here, and I'm gonna just going to hold the phone with one. I'm gonna put it right here, and I have it at 130 Celsius for 180 seconds. The shirt that I'm using is a Gildan heavy cotton, and is a large, and is heavy cotton, and this is gonna be for me. I'm making it for myself. Okay. Don't forget to pass the linen roller, and at the same time, don't forget to press it to get rid of humidity. Also to be nice and clean. That way you clean everything that is on the surface. And also to don't forget to pass the linen roller, and at the same time, don't forget to press it to. Okay, I have my heat press heating up 330 degrees, and I'm gonna be doing my image for 70 seconds. So I'm gonna go get it from the oven right now. And one thing that you have to look for is that you don't have any bumps, and you don't have any spaces that are not covered by the adhesive. That's one of the things that I always look for, okay? So I cut it around, that way it's easier to handle. So now I'm gonna fold it in half just for me to have a better idea of where is my half, because I do want the word to be centered. Okay, so I have my half right here, I folded, and I'm going to place it a little bit lower than 4 fingers, just a little bit lower than 4 fingers, because I want the word not to be like right here on top, like I want it somewhere in here, like around this area. So I'm not gonna do the 4 fingers, because then it will be up here. I don't want it here, so I want it like maybe a little bit lower, okay? So that's the reason why. It all depends on your design. The recommended distance is 4 fingers, but depending on your design too. So in this case, I'm going to do the 4 fingers, but I'm going to do probably double the 4 fingers, so my word is around here. Because it's a word, I do want my word to be lined up, so I'm using my ruler this time, only this time, just because I do want my word to be I don't want my word to be crooked. Okay, so it seems that now I'm having lined it up. Now it's time for me to tape it and do the present pillow. Okay, I'm gonna switch it around to avoid seams, and let me see where my pillow is right there. Okay, let's do it. And I'm gonna do it for 70 seconds. Okay, so now we just have to wait until it's fully cold. I'm gonna pass it to my table over there as soon as I clean. I just have to wait for my shirt to be cold. It's not cold enough, it's warm. So I'm gonna wait a few minutes, a few more seconds, you know, to be fully cold. Okay, now it's time for us to reveal. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous here. Let's see how it came out. You see, this is what I meant. Right here, we can easily scratch it right there, but if our design was too together, we're gonna see, you know, we're gonna see that when we get to the letters. But so far, so good. Look at this. I just scratch it right there, and because we don't have as much of adhesive in there, in other words, we don't have powder, it's easy to be removed. It removes easily. You know, I just scratch it with my nails, just carefully. Just make sure that you are careful, you know. Look at this. It's coming out really nice. Yay! And once it's cold, it peels really easily, but you do have to wait for this to be fully cold. All right, and this is what I mean. I had a little brush somewhere in here. I just have to look for it right now. Have to look for it, but look at this. It came out really nice, and I'm gonna put it on in a minute. But don't, it's not ready yet because it needs to have a second press. But other than that, look at this. Amazing, I love it. I absolutely love it. So, okay, let's see. And look how perfect. It came out perfect. Perfect. So I really hope that you have fun with this technique. It looks really nice. It feels really comfortable. The foil doesn't really feel on your skin. If you are the person that doesn't like texture, this is a perfect technique for you. This does not add any weight, no texture at all. You can even feel it. It's so light and it lasts. I think I showed you another shirt that I made not too long ago. However, it's been washed maybe 7 to 10 times, and the image still is there, looking good and nice and pretty. It looks great still. So the technique lasts. It looks great. It looks really classy, very comfortable, and it really takes your shirt to the next level. So have fun with it, and if you do make anything, please make sure that you show it to me. I would love to see it.